Hello there, guys, and welcome to another podcast for It's Football, Not Soccer. And I'm joined here by Tope and Michael.
You're right there.
Hi there. And today we're going to talk about sort of the man of the moment this season, and Jamie Vardy, and sort of the rise sort of from his career and where he started to being the top scorer in the Premier League at the moment. So, guys, what do we think about this 28-year-old English Premier League striker?
I think he's been amazing. I think from Leicester getting promoted, a lot of the players in their squad, you wouldn't necessarily know who they are. I didn't really, I heard of the name Vardy, but I didn't really know a lot about him, a lot about his career up until that point. And this year he just seems to have exploded onto the scene. 12 goals in 12 games.
Sort of like what Harry Kane did last season.
I think in a way you can even argue it's better than what Harry Kane did, because Harry Kane, he started slowly in terms of playing the cup games, scoring in the cup games, got introduced slowly. Where Vardy's come from non-league to I think League One or League Two with Fleetwood, then to Leicester, coming to the Premiership. I know last year he scored 5 goals, I think, but this year he just exploded and playing really well and put on informed player, if not in England, probably in the world at the moment.
What do you think in terms of like appearances? Because obviously, last season, you said top Emma you mentioned before the start about Ulloa.
Yeah.
He signed for Leicester last season. He was sort of maybe had sort of more game time than maybe Vardy did, with Vardy only scoring 5 goals. So what has Vardy done to sort of warrant the sort of the starting place early on ahead of Ulloa, who, to be fair, scored a fair few goals last season for Leicester?
Yeah, I think it's just been his finishing really, because there was no question in his work rate. You know, he's almost like a bee the way he just swarms around defenders and always working hard. So I think he's just really improved his finishing, and that's why he scored as many goals as he has. But I still think it is a bit premature. I am happy for him. He is doing well, but he needs to consistently do it throughout the season and beyond as well. That's going to be his next. That's the next thing that he really has to do to, be, getting into the England squads and to carry on performing the way he is. And I know when he was at Fleetwood, there were a few clubs, like Championship clubs, sniffing around him because they knew he was a quality player, and there's no denying the pace that he's got, which is one of his best assets. But I think if you're thinking back to some players in his mould that have come through the lower leagues to do well, like your Ricky Lamberts and your Grant Holtz, he's done really well. I remember when Andy Johnson was in the Premiership with Crystal Palace, and like he did really well, but he didn't do this one. A lot of Andy Johnston's goals were penalties, so yeah, he's doing exceptionally well. And I think if I was, obviously if he carries on this form, he has to be on that plane to France.
Do you think though maybe he has kind of missed the boat in terms of like England? Because if I think of like Jamie Vardy, I sort of think of like some of the past players in the Premier League who have done relatively well for maybe a season or even half a season. You've mentioned like Ricky Lambert, most importantly, and those players just sort of like 1 or 2 caps and then they don't really play sort of again. And he's 28 years old, so he's not like young. And if, say, in the England team, we've got fit Daniel Sturridge, Danny Welbeck, Harry Kane and Rooney, is Vardy going to break through past any of those?
I think he will. I think because Roy Hodgson has said that, because a lot of the England managers from the past have brought unfit players to the squad, and it's a race against time for your Welbecks and Sturridges to get fit. So I think Roy Hodgson, the manager he is, he will put Vardy on the plane. But what do you think, Michael?
Yeah, I think it's all down to Vardy. I don't think you can say he's missed the boat. He's 28, so he's in the prime of his career. He's scoring goals in the Premier League. He's been in a few England squads now, and he's been given starts in the last few games. Got 2 friendlies coming up. He's taken his chances in the league. Now it's basically down to him. He's got to take his chances in these friendly games for England. And if he plays well and scores one, or even if he doesn't score and puts in really good performances, then Roy Hodgson, we know from the past, he's stuck with players who've done well for him. For example, people like Townsend have been in the squad longer than they should have. People like Lambert, I think, have been in the squad longer than they should have.
Fabian Delph as well.
So it's like there's cases all over the pitch. So if he does well, then he'll be. Roy Hodgson will stick with him, and I think he's in a great position. He's got players like you said, it's competitors. Obviously, we know if Harry Kane and Rooney stay fit, they'll be in that squad. But you said if Daniel Welbeck, if Daniel Sturridge. They're big ifs because every time Daniel Sturridge comes back, he gets a new injury.
Yeah, absolutely.
Welbeck's taken longer than we think, and even before Welbeck got injured, he done well for England, but he wasn't exactly on fire for England. So I think Welbeck's in a bit of trouble at the moment.